Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Robert Jenkins, and I'm going to start out with a story called "The Emperor's New Clothes." These guys came to a kingdom, to a land, to a place, and they brought with them the most finest linen. It's right here. And they got the emperor to make some clothes out of this very fine linen that we have here. He wore the clothes. The fine linen could only be seen by the finest people. So, of course, everybody wanted to be fine and intelligent, so they saw the linen, very fine linen that he made the clothes out of, except for this little boy who said, "The emperor has no clothes." I gave out dollars to Maria, to Lauren, to Chris, Roger, and Adrian. Those dollars represent $100,000. Maria? Can you said Maria? Maria has a dollar also, which represents $100,000. And I'm going to need to collect 20% interest on that currency by the end of this speech. The Federal Reserve, the Central Bank of Chicago made this report on money mechanics and how money is created. My speech is on money creation, how money is created and what's involved. I want to inform you about the symbols, phrases, the materials that money is made out of. I'm going to tell you about the process with the government and the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve is not a branch of the federal government. They're just like Federal Express. Although the Supreme Court can't get into the Federal Reserve, the presidents can't get into the Federal Reserve, and the last president who challenged the Federal Reserve was shot and killed in Dallas, 1963. Money is made out of 75% cotton and 25% linen. If you ever wonder why you can wash it and pull it out and it's still negotiable, all the ink is still on there, it's really not paper. And there's also red and blue fibers in there to prevent counterfeiting. On the dollar, there is a phrase, novos ordos seclorum. Some people say that means new order of the ages. I say it means new world order. There's also the Treasury seal on the dollar. If you look to the right, it's the Treasury seal. There's a key in there that means power and access. There's also a scale on there that is supposed to represent a balanced budget and justice. We know that the one about the balanced budget is not, well, I'm not going to try to dissuade you. E pluribus unum is also on that. That phrase is also on the dollar, and that means out of many, one. Now that we know a little bit more about the physicality of the dollar, I want to tell you about how money is created. The government calls the Federal Reserve and says, "I need $500,000, which is what we have in this room. I need $500,000. In exchange for that money, the government gives the Treasury bonds." And I like to say bond is not trying to dissuade you, but security bonds are given to the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve prints the money goes to the banks, and the banks make loans at interest. So money is created out of debt from the very beginning. U.S. currency is created out of thin air, cotton, linen, and faith in the fractional reserve system. The fractional reserve banking system is used by the U.S. and other countries throughout the world. And that is saying that only 3% of the U.S. currency is in hard copy. 97% of the U.S. currency is not tangible, okay? So if everybody in Charleston went to the bank and tried to withdraw their money, the banks could not fulfill your request because it's not tangible. So, in conclusion, in God we trust, or is it in cash? I have explained materials, phrases, and symbols, money creation by government and the Federal Reserve, the fractional reserve system. And I would like to collect this money. I'm not going to collect it all, so you all know it's out there. But I just want to show you, if this was 100 pennies, which I have out there, these 3 cents is all that's real. So only the finest people can see the other 97%. Thank you.